Welcome back to another Anime and Beyond review. I'm Devin.
I'm Noah.
And today we're going to review episode 3 of Fire Force. Before we begin, if you like what we put out there, our content, our episode reviews, our reactions, go ahead and subscribe right here. And subscribe button, put that subscribe button. With that said, we're going to get started.
Shinra meets the Joker for the first time, who was in the previous episode. And the Joker claims to know about the fire that happened 12 years ago when Shinra was a kid. The one where his mother and brother were killed. Like really shocking, yet is it believable yet? I don't know. News that show Shinra's brother is still alive. Mm-hmm. And the Joker wants Shinra to come on his side. And he gives him a choice. And they're fighting that the whole time, which the fight scene was really cool. Like Shinra spinning around, and it looked like he was like, I kept saying, it looks like he's breakdancing with the fire. And then the Joker even said that Shinra leaves himself wide open after a kick that he does. But then Shinra moves so quickly that it surprises the Joker guy. And he's kind of like, wow, this guy's better than we thought. The devil's footprint. He's like all that he's been talked up to be.
Well, that was cool that he had the ashes, that he could actually manipulate the ashes. And it kind of reminded me of Mustang from Full Metal, where he could just snap his finger and just ignite it. That's kind of what he did. He just smoked a cigarette and then just ignited it. And it seemed like for a second he made quick work of Shinra.
Yeah.
But then he bounced back. It kind of also reminds me of Gambit, because he always can manipulate his fire and create stuff out of it. Mm-hmm. He created like a card. So it's cool seeing that new paper and his abilities and things like that. But it was also interesting because the captain, he thinks because of their conversation, I think Shinra is starting to catch on to the captain, because earlier in the episode he saw him and he started remembering about how he was with him when he was a little kid. And so I think that, it showed it in the show that possibly he could have something to do with Sho's disappearance and him saving possibly Sho. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
And Shinra thought from the beginning when he saw the captain, like Devin said, he kind of doubted that the captain was being honest with him. He's like, the captain's hiding something. Mm-hmm. And then when the Joker tells him, your brother's still alive, and he's like, he was doubting him for a second, and then the Joker says something, and I'll put it in here. I can't remember what he says, but he says something that causes Shinra to stop and be like, no, there is reason to doubt. I'm doubting the captain. Like, this guy might be right. Mm-hmm. But then he's still siding on the hero's side and not the side that the guy wants him to side on, which is his bad side, the devil side.
Yeah.
But yeah, is it believable? Or is he just using this because he knows? Is the Joker using the fact that his family died a while ago as something that can draw him over to the dark side? Mm-hmm. Or is the Joker on the dark side?
Yeah. That's another thing. He asked him at the end. He's like, what is the main purpose of the Fire Force, Special Fire Force?
Yeah.
And he was, asking the lieutenant that, and he went on to explain how they're kind of different, I guess, divisions of it. Mm-hmm. There's like the industry, there's the temple, or not temple.
Yeah, the church.
The church, the temple, and then there's
the military.
The military.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember all of them, but there's like 3 sections of them, and I think he went on to describe how some of them have their own agendas, if I remember correctly.
He was saying how some of them have more influence on a specific unit.
Yeah.
And how by now we should have had a solution. We should have solved what's causing the Infernals. Okay. And which is one reason why his unit was created. They kind of be separate from all the other 3. That way they can find out what the true cause of the Infernals are. And like Devin said, if these 3 other pieces, they're not working together, like the captain said, but if they all have their own agenda, we were talking about it a little earlier, the military might want control, and so they don't want tell everybody what the cause of the infernals are. I mean, the church could also have the same thing. They have like an authority, they have a respect right now. People think that there's a use for them putting people to rest. And then also the company. If the fire force is no longer needed because they solved the infernal issue, well, maybe all the equipment that is going to the fire force, maybe their company's not going to be as valuable anymore.
Yeah.
Or something like they're not going to get funds from the government or something like that.
What I want to know is the Special Fire Force going to remain loyal to the Hajime Corporation if they find out? I mean, even though they're the ones donating the equipment and everything, are they going to remain loyal? Is the Fire Force going to remain loyal to Hajime Corporation? They find out something is going on there that was a lie, and vice versa. Were they, like, since they've been, Hajime Corporation has been giving them weapons and everything, will they remain loyal to them to keep the secret? Or if they don't keep the secret, you know, even though, you know.
I think it definitely depends upon what the secret is. If Hajime Corporation has some secrets because they're keeping them because they don't trust the church and the military, I think that they might, you know, still have a relationship with the Fire Force, Unit 8 or whatever it is. But if it's the other way around, where they're keeping the secret of like how to stop the infernals, then that's gonna cause a lot of troubles. Yeah,
I'm thinking maybe they could. I feel like they could possibly use them for maybe their agenda. You know? They could. I mean, they could, like, in their heads, like, reject them, be like, you know, we can't trust these people, but we need them right now to complete our agenda. So I guess we'll see. We'll see as the story plays out.
Yeah, one thing that we found out at the beginning of the episode was that apparently outside of the Tokyo area, in like the Japan, there's tons of
red. Yeah,
red. So I don't know if that means that it's just destroyed because it's been burned, or is it supposed to be like, I don't know. It
didn't show the rest of the world, but it just showed Tokyo.
Yeah, they were saying how different countries have disappeared because of the flames and because of, you know, whatever was dimensions. Did they mention something about dimensions?
What is it?
I don't remember what they said.
Yes, it was something.
But all we know is there's places in the world that are destroyed.
Yeah.
So that is very interesting, which would cause us to believe that maybe the church, the corporation, and the military all have a reason to try to remain in control and try to, you know, hold on to those secrets for themselves.
Just like Lego.
Everybody's got an agenda.
Overall, I like this episode. I mean, I don't know if everyone knows the story behind this episode, but originally there was an accident in the actual studio of the people that were making this anime, and so they had to postpone it until the following week. So they had to take certain stuff out of the show.
They said they censored it.
Yeah, and there's, you know, some of the animation was different a little bit. But overall, like, even with those changes, I actually enjoyed the show. I mean, especially the fight scenes.
Yeah.
Especially the fight scenes. Just the introduction of the new characters. Now we know who that villain guy is, and then we know who the new lieutenant guy, who was with Shiro when he was little. So, I mean, I think it was well presented as far as like what happened with everything.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat as Devin. The fight scene was really impressive this week, and I do like the fact that I don't know if the Joker guy is bad or good. Is he like a rogue guy on his own that's trying to take down all the other three parts of the Fire Force, military, church, and the company, or is he just someone who just, like the Joker in Batman, wants to see the world burn?
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to find out, and I like that the captain and his squad are like the outliers. Like they're like the guys who, the rebels or something like that. You know, they don't really have a strong influence on them. Their main goal is to find out the truth.
Yeah, I like that. Detective.
That's right.
Yeah. Down to the root. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts, your theories. How'd you like this episode review? With that said, I'm Devin.
I'm Noah.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.